Alright, so we're going to take a look at Puzzle Agent 2 from Telltale Games. It's kind of like a puzzle style game, similar to something like Professor Layton. So, I played the first game. I actually just finished it a couple of days ago to prepare for the second one.
Nelson Tethers, Department of
So we'll take a look at
Research,
probably about 15 minutes of it,
just arrived in
because I think that will be enough to
Minnesota.
give a good idea of what the game
There's
is
a
like.
weird man staring at me. Some kind of thing going on at the local eraser factory. Locals report hearing whispers.
So you can see they have like sort of this cartoon strip animated style. It's based on some, I guess, a comic strip by, or a series of comic books by Graham Annabelle. That's where the characters come from. And you play as a puzzle agent in the FBI. So this is the first puzzle. Can Nelson see the unique details of the moon? Rotate the rings of the scope till each ring is locked in place. Each column has no duplicate. Okay, that shouldn't be too bad. So, oh, interesting. So we got no duplicates. That's a easy first puzzle. So it only cost tax dollars 97,000. It was like 75,000 in the first game. So I guess inflation has been taken into account here.
Eraser factory is back open, even though Foreman Isaac Dabner remains missing. The Bureau's marking this case officially closed.
Ingram?
Oh, hiya, Nelson. Thought you'd left for the night.
So you kind of have this dialogue thing like in an adventure game,
How are things going in vegetable crime?
but it's pretty
Guys in Leafy Greens are
linear.
pretty busy, but you know how dull it is in Roots and Tubers. We haven't had a real case since the Taro murders back in '76. What I wouldn't give to see some field action like you did. Puzzle Division. Wow!
Jim, Puzzle Division isn't that exciting.
Come on, Nelson. You were out of the office a whole week.
Are you looking through the Scoggins file?
I sure am. Oh, I hope you don't mind. It's just, I'm kind of a fan. You didn't just reopen some eraser factory. You completely cracked that case like it was some first-timer's letter substitution puzzle.
Yeah, crack that case wide open.
So basically at the end of the first game, he gets the factory back open, but it's one of the
So,
foreman of the factory had been kidnapped by basically red wood gnomes or something.
It's rated 4 dragons. Looks like you've got some competition in the puzzle-solving department.
yeah, about that.
So add 1, subtract 11, add 1. Well, it can't be subtract 11 because It's only one digit. If you get stuck, you can use a hint, but it'll affect your score. Tempted to just guess one, because it's like has the number and then the 2 digits. Give it a shot. It's probably wrong. Yeah. Sometimes the simplest answers are the correct one. Huh. Man. Oh. No. Well, it could be like 11 minus 10 is 1. 12 minus 10 is 2. I mean, 3 is pretty simple, right? If that's the answer. Okay. I don't really get how that was the answer, but I'll take it. Reasonable rating. Excellent. Let's look at. So yeah, it gives you a description. Okay. Oh. Got it. And I guess you could sort of tell that from. So if you look at the guy's hand, it's kind of like he has those pencils clocking. I guess that makes sense.
Nice try, Jim, but you see here.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Don't worry, you almost... Hey, Jim, if you like puzzles, maybe you could do me a huge favor. I'm gonna be taking some time off, and I've still got all these tapes from the Scoggins case.
You want me to log them into evidence? These tapes must have all the puzzles.
Thanks, Jim. And I'll probably be recording more notes while I'm away.
No problem. Just mail them back to me and I'll file them through Vegetable Crimes.
Thanks for the help, Jim.
Yeah, Nelson. Have a good trip to... wherever.
The Bureau's marking this case officially closed, but I can't leave it like this. The factory foreman is still missing, and there has to be some rational explanation for all the things I've seen. It's going to take all my vacation time, but I won't be able to relax until I've found Isaac Dabner and gotten to the bottom of this case. The only way to do that is to go back to Scoggins, Minnesota.
Yeah, so this is the same city you were in the first game. You can tell from the cutscene. So essentially, the adventure game aspect is pretty limited. You just walk around. So it's really more of a puzzle game. So if you like Professor Layton type thing, it's definitely for you. If you like a standard adventure game, you may not really find it that interesting. That's Bjorn.
I'm going to check into Valda's Inn and get a fresh start on the case in the morning.
But yeah, so essentially, you know, there's a lot, so the gum you pick up for so a kind of cool thing, like to prevent it from being like a aimless pointing and clicking, you can pulse the cursor and it'll sort of show what is interactive, which is a decent idea since it's not really an adventure game per se.
Oh my, Mr. Agent Tethers.
There's a
Still
puzzle in the
working
first
fine, Miss
game
Garrett?
for the
Good,
stove. You
then I just won't go anywhere near it ever again.
have to like reassemble it, basically.
Good evening, Mrs. Garrett.
Oh dear. I mean, good evening, Agent Tethers. I didn't expect to see the FBI back here in town, not now that the eraser factory's back up and running.
This is just a personal trip. Has anyone heard from the factory foreman, Isaac Davner?
What? Who? Oh, no. I mean, I don't recall anyone with that name.
I never did get to try your famous hot dish.
Ooh, well, have a seat and I can whip up. I mean, we're all out. No, sir, not a scrap of it anywhere. Can't make any hot dish for the guests just come in from the cold.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
I suppose the factory's still running with no problems?
Oh, yeah. Our plant supplies the White House with all of its erasers, don't you know?
Yes, ma'am. It's a national treasure.
And you helped us get to the bottom of that nasty incident like a real town hero.
Well, it was no...
Which is why it's so unusual that you'd be back in town again.
Do you know where I can get some chewing gum?
Gum? Oh my, no. You won't find a stick of it anywhere in town. Not until spring at the earliest, and maybe not even then.
Why do you say that?
There have been rumblings in the town council trying to ban it within city limits.
It'd be like Singapore then, right?
Gum's the only thing that helps me concentrate.
Yeah, it's all part of the new Keep Scoggins Beautiful campaign. It's just a darn shame. You can see pieces stuck to walls and trees everywhere you look.
I'll be on the lookout for it. Could I get the same room I had last time?
Oh no, oh dear. This is terrible. We're completely booked up, I'm afraid. No vacancies.
No vacancies? In Scoggins?
Oh, yeah, lots of, tourists. Here for the
I'm skeptical
snow
of her
and,
story.
Erasers. Look, you can see here for yourself.
So you can see the puzzles kind of vary in what you have to do with them to try to keep it interesting. It's not like you're doing crossword puzzles or something the whole time. So Maxwell above, okay. So Maxwell has to be on this floor. I don't think, yeah, so it's just the floor. So, not to worry about who's next to each other, so LaRue has to be on this floor. And then Bless and Carlman always get on the same floor. Yeah, that'll work. So Templeton, so there'll be 2 women on this floor. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so I don't want to spoil all the puzzles really, so I think we've pretty much come in close to 15 minutes. give or take. I didn't really start my stopwatch at the right time. So this was a episode of Game Canary Unwrapped. To see more episodes, go to www.gamecanary.com, or you can follow us on our YouTube channel. Alright.